Okay, are we live? It looks like we are live. What's going on, what's going on, guys? This is my, um, what's going on, guys? This is Mark. Before anyone asks, no, this is not wine. This is not wine. It's grape juice. Even if I did drink, which I don't, even if I did drink, it's way too early in the morning to do that, even if I did drink, anything like that. But yeah, so it's if you can hear any background noise, that's because my window's open right now. I'm trying to air this room out, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool out right now, so I'm trying to allow that cool air to come in, before it starts warming up around here. But anyway, so what I wanted to do, let me just minimize this here. Okay, let me see. Whoops. App. Yep. Okay, so got the chat over here, and I also have this. So I actually pulled this up last night because I actually came across this. Well, after seeing so many tweets with poll on them, I started to. Well, I mean, I asked someone what it meant because I didn't really know what it meant. And hang on. Okay, so it looks like people are on another stream. It looks like, cause I sent a link to this to some, cause the thing that happened was, initially I tried setting up a stream using YouTube Live, and that didn't end up working out because what I was trying to do was I was trying to schedule the next stream for this morning at 8, and I didn't realize that I could do it with the regular streaming service on this. So bear with me while I send them this. Let me see. Video URL. Hopefully people realize what's going on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that might be an issue. Might be an issue. It just might not be loading for them and stuff. Still not working. Just for the heck of it. Oh, okay. Oh, crud. Yeah, that was the stream that I actually did last night, because what happened was, initially I tried setting it up with, I tried doing a, I did a stream in which I basically, I tried doing, I don't really understand why it's saying it's offline when it's really not. Okay, now it's online for me now, but let me just see. Still a 10-minute. What? This is ridiculous. Okay. Here. I don't have my audio on for obvious reasons. Okay. Excellent. Now, let me just go to the other one. Okay, so hopefully some people in that chat, hopefully a couple of people in that chat will go to that link and what here. But let's see. Still got here. All right. Let me just. Okay, well that might just be your connection, but anyway. So here, considering the fact that that one also didn't work, let me just send this out to everybody as well on my Twitter and everything. So, just I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry guys. If anyone's watching this after the fact, I'm sorry. It's just like I said before. I tried to schedule this stream to go live and. The heck? Whoops. My bad. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Sarah? And wonderful. I know it's working now because. Okay, and then you just send this one out. Let me see. I think it's pinned to my profile, but thank you guys. Thank you guys for bearing with me here. If anyone's still watching this, let me see. I don't want to delete it, but. Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll see. So we'll see how that worked out. We used to nick the boomer. To nick the boomer. Yeah, Nick is he is pretty. Oh my gosh, it's Popo! Ah! Yeah, Nick is pretty late when it comes to his streams. I mean, I was watching some of his stream last night, in fact, and people were making fun of him for being late and stuff. It was really funny. Hey, Sarah. Okay, so let's go on ahead and get into the main crux of this piece here. So, first things first. As you can see, this was the failed stream attempt that I did. I had all of this stuff open, and then I realized, oh wait, I can just schedule it normally without having to create a new live event. But anyway, let's get into the crux of this. Well, one of the cruxes anyway. So, first of all, Renfamous apparently has been perma-banned, or something like that. But then again, some people are saying that this is like the 4th or 5th time that she's been suspended. And so you know, you don't really know who to believe. Oh great. That bald idiot. But anyway. So her main account has been suspended, but again, this is like the 4th or 5th time she's been suspended at this point. So I'm not really sure how long this will last. Although some people are saying that that you get 3 strikes, kind of like YouTube, where you get 3 copyright strikes at once and then you're gone. Well, if you get 3 copyright strikes at once, you're gone. So I don't really know, but the point is, Renfamous has been suspended and stuff like that. Although she still has that stupid vacation account of hers. Where she can continue to run her mouth and everything. But I guess let's just take the small victories while we still got them. I'm fine, Sarah. How are you? Just covering the Vic Mignogna situation and stuff like that. I've been covering it extensively for like the past couple of months. Now, at least when I get the time. But how's everyone else in the chat doing this morning? Everything going good for you? Ah. Can be flagged as a violation. How do you what do you mean, Jameson? Like as a violation of what? Like the terms of service, or because I know a couple of people who have studying for the oh wow, you're studying for the bar exam. That's cool, man. That's really cool. But I mean, I think I have one. Well, I've heard of one guy who has two accounts, but I think they might be linked to separate emails, which would make more sense, and that wouldn't be a violation of their terms. But yeah, so so what are you going for? Are you going for your law degree, or do you already have it? Like, are you planning on being a lawyer, or just a little bit of chit chat, chit chat, chit chat. Before we get into this proper, um, it's using a separate account while under suspension or such is a TO. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, if you're suspended from Twitter, you can't really use. Oh, cool, nice, man. So you're just you're getting, like, you know, the authorization to become a lawyer, basically. I mean, you already have the degree, but you're taking the exam to, you know, get that final authentication. But okay, so let's go on ahead and get into this proper. So this is a site that basically Mars Girl fled to. And so if any of you guys don't know what I'm talking about, and just stumbled across this video, go watch my other ones, because, or any of the other content creators, who I believe are linked in the description. Let me see there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so, but yeah, so, just so that you can get caught up, the short and sweet of it is that, the short and sweet version is that Vic Mignogna, the voice actor of Broly and Edward Elric, as well as a ton of others, was accused of sexual misconduct and was caught up in the whole Me Too thing. And so basically what happened was Twitter Funimation, which is the company that he worked for, began you know, accusing him of all of these things. And it's been going on now for about 4 or 5 months now, since January at least. Although it really didn't blow up until February, I believe. So yeah, Vic has basically been canned by Funimation, and now he's suing them for defamation. The lawsuit's been filed, and a lot of his accusers, including Caitlin Saucedo, aka Mars Girl, is one of the most vocal about the whole situation. Even though she claims to be done with it, I've covered that extensively in my other videos. But yeah, so let's go on ahead and just get into this proper. So this is their Vic Mignogna thread. So most of this is kind of old hat, because, you know, a lot of people already know about all this stuff, but I didn't really know where to start on this. So let's see. Vic Mignogna, known for acting roles in English anime dubs such as Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and Tamaki in Ouran High School Host Club, and his acting role as Captain Kirk in Star Trek continues. He was engaged/married to Michelle Specht through the time frame of sexual misconduct allegations. He remains popular for his starring roles in classic anime, in his charismatic personality at anime conventions. He is a devout Christian and has worked with some Christian companies. This might be related to Funimation having Christian side business Echo Light. He also briefly worked as a cop. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, so this is basically old hat and stuff like that. So At least some of this is, so let's see. 2018 film. This is basically an example of where the Kickfix side were pissed off because he wouldn't sign some fan art, some gay fan art. Let me see. Panels and entertains with scene reenactments. He knows he's receiving a lot of criticism on the internet and frequently talks about people's lies about him, sometimes asking attendees to actively defend him and deny the allegations. Here was one very detailed rumors rant panel by Vic in a video. It's a little creepy when he says no. I'm guessing this is from I'm guessing that these are from a Discord somewhere, but yeah, let's just go on to the next page. Let's just go on to the next page here. There's a lot to sift through. There was a lot to sift through. Main funny dubs that I did like were all made years ago for the most part. Orin remains one of my favorite dubs, and I quite like Fruits Basket for the time, but they've also made really bad decisions amid their better work and highly miscast everyone to boot. I don't really have a comment on that, mostly because I've never seen Orin. Oh, nice, Sarah. You're really happy. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so let's just skip to more current stuff. So this is from May. So which was last month now. Or actually no, it's this month, my bad. My bad. But anyway. Oh wait, that's from last year. That's from last year. Okay, so let's get forward to some current year stuff. What do you know? What do you know? If anyone cares, ANN did an interview with Vic. That interview, I've listened to the whole thing. That interview was basically a bait and switch. They were basically, because if you listen to that interview, I actually covered the interview in a previous video, at least an excerpt from it, that Supergirl actually shared, but at least I think it was Supergirl. It was one of the major Stand with Vic creators. But So, if you listen to the entire podcast, which is about, it's roughly an hour long. It's roughly an hour long. It's because okay, the podcast was supposed to be about his voice acting roles. It was supposed to be about his voice acting roles, and him giving advice to people who wanted to be voice actors. But if you listen to the podcast, they only spend like 20 minutes or something like that on his roles. They only spent about 20 minutes on his roles, and from then on, it was just like they were just more and more gradually bringing up these allegations and stuff like that, trying to trap him and stuff, which is very sleazy. It's very sleazy. Here I got a copyright strike. Got hit with the copyright strike because of it. Because of what? The interview? Why? Why? I mean, that's stupid. But anyway. So I met Vic this weekend. My wife is a big fan. Big fan, and also obvious to a lot of creep stuff that's not totally obvious. On day one, he was very nice. My wife got his signature and he even said hello to me. On his way to his panel, he tapped her on the shoulder and surprised her. It was actually a fun interaction. He did it again after the panel on his way out. She loved the whole thing, and I thought it was quite funny myself. Then came day two. He was much different. He sought her out after a panel and completely ignored my existence and kissed her on the forehead about 4 times. Here's the thing, do you have any proof to back that up aside from your words? Because again, anyone can lie. she sort of fangirled while it set my creep bar off 1,000-fold. Kept looking for excuses to be touchy, it seemed to me. I'm 100% positive if I weren't there, he'd even attempt to escalate the situation. When another girl asked about his wife, he vehemently denied being or having ever been married. The entire thing left me quite sad when I pointed out how he was acting as he is one of my favorites. It really sort of ruined the weekend for me. My opinion of him 180 in about 60 seconds. Again, do you have any proof to back that up? Any proof whatsoever, like any witnesses? There had to be witnesses. Do you have anything to back up what you're saying there? Come on. I mean, because literally, one person can say that it happened, and yet they can still be found out to be lying. If you have two people saying it, and it's verifiable, as in actual evidence, then that's that. But if you don't have that evidence, you're dead in the water, just like Funimation is. But anyway, pretty sure that he is married, and that his wife have to know about at least half of it. Most of this stuff he pulls at cons. Lucky you were there with your wife. Otherwise, I do feel he would have taken the situation to another uncomfortable level. It's kind of screwed up. He's denying he's married or that he has a girlfriend just to kiss on fans. IMDb page, August, December 2018. Oh boy, here's another. Oh boy, here's I believe this is one of the ones that was touted by Kick Vic, I think. But anyway, he did a reaction video to it, and his stream was 2 hours long. It was 2 hours long. Wow, okay. Although I mostly lurk, I have to chime in here. Vic is a disgusting, garbage human. I know this from personal experience. When I was 16, he cornered me in an elevator and put his hand up the back of my skirt, at the time being a stupid fangirl child, despite the fact that well, but I don't know. I mean, well, because I heard that he was engaged, or at least like him and Michelle, they were close. They were really close. But I never heard anything about them tying the knot. But I do know that, well, from what I've heard, they're not together anymore, mostly because of all of these things that have cropped up. But, at least I think. So, anyway. He was polite and sweet until I ran into him alone in the elevator. It was the end of that day for my friend and I, and we just wanted to go crash in another friend's room for a while before heading home. My friend wanted to get upstairs faster, so she took the stairs. I have a hip deformity, so I looked perfectly healthy, but going up and downstairs is hard on my hips, and I avoid them if I've been on my feet all day. Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, you know, I tried to tell myself I was mistaken, that maybe it was an accident. Sexually assaulted me knowing I wouldn't say anything. I tried to tell myself I was mistaken, that maybe it was an accident or I misunderstood what was going on. This had to be my fault because he was... Oh, okay, so he's been married for 5 years? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know, I mean, maybe, but... Okay, now, this, I want to say, is where we get to current year, or something like that, but... Okay, so... Hey, David, what's going on, man? But anyway, so... This is from a... Yeah, I want to say that this is from, apparently Vic responded to the accusation in a Discord chat. These screenshots are not mine, they were on a Twitter thread. So they have been edited for privacy. Well, hey, I mean, if I have to give these people any credit, it's that they edited the screenshots to keep the people anonymous. Yeah, she did actually. She got suspended and she screwed up royally. But then again, what exactly do you have to say about a person who I mean, that's not really hard when you're a person that basically continues to harp about this. Even what continues to harp about this. I mean, she's like... She's kind of like Mars Girl in that she wished... Well, not wished, but she's kind of like Mars Girl in that she said that she was done with... Well, she didn't really say she was done with it, but she's still doing stuff on it, even when she knows that they're dead. But anyway. These rumors and gossip have been slung around for many, many years. None of these outrageous stories are true, and there is not one shred of proof or evidence to support them. Which is what me and the entire Stand With Vic side have been saying. You need actual evidence. And again, now that the legal process is involved, you need that evidence now more than ever. You need that evidence now more than ever if you even want a shred of a chance of winning this. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in his early 20s that doesn't know anything. But anyway. I have been very open and warm and welcoming to fans for many years, and that includes hugging them, taking pictures, and occasionally giving them a kiss on the cheek or the forehead. But all of the outrageous stories that keep getting passed around are simply desperate attempts for attention. I'm so disappointed that people feel the need to do this kind of thing. Additionally, I am not homophobic, not anti-Semitic, not a predator of any sort, and there is not one ounce of substance to the contrary. I've spent the last 15 years doing this, doing my best to sow seeds of love, kindness, gratitude, faith, and encouragement into the hundreds of thousands of people I've met. It is possible that some things can sometimes be misconstrued. Sure, but I have to believe that the vast majority of people out there, like you, know my heart. Okay, one at a time, but feel free to ask it anything you like. Perhaps one of the mods can coordinate who asked a question. Next up is Blank. Do you have a question? Vic, I just wanted to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk to us. Sort of a follow-on to Wolf's question. If you do investigate in this, are you worried they will use that as ammo? They will use that as ammo to you as well. Get your question ready. You're next. Vic, we may be bringing important questions from the Facebook Live video also, if they pertain to the subject and need answering. No, I never wanted to pursue this before because I knew these were preposterous lies with no substance, and I didn't want to be perceived as a jerk who simply goes after people. But now they're trying to destroy my career and livelihood. That's not funny. Pretty much. I mean, because here's the thing, literally within the span of what, like 3 months, they literally actually no, not even 3 months, like maybe even 1 month. They pretty much destroyed his entire career over lies and bigotry and just... This isn't really a conspiracy theory, but to me, I think it's just plain jealousy. What do you guys think? Just because here's the thing, I don't mean to, I don't really mean to boast about Vic, but the guy is a seasoned worship leader. He knows how to use instruments, he knows how to sing well, he also has his own in-house studio, as well as a few, at least from what I've heard, he also has his own in-house studio, he also has, he's also a pretty good actor as well. Well, not just on camera, but in voiceover as well. And, I mean, I have a feeling that a lot of these other VAs just got jealous, and they were like, hey, we're gonna ruin his career, because, we want him out of the way, kind of. But, I don't really know. What do you guys think? I mean, to me, it's just petty jealousy at its core. It's just petty jealousy, plain and simple. But, anyway. Hey Vic, older fan here that has never had a bad experience in the decade plus of interactions I've had with you at cons, and thank you for taking the time to answer so many of our questions. So what I was wondering was more about the future from this point on. I know you mentioned places don't look at internet rumors but before making a hiring decision, but as a hiring manager, I can honestly tell you that I do look for those things. I check social media and do internet searches as a step in my background check process, and I ask people about my findings, and this would be something I would question during an interview. Do you think this will end up, or has it already started being something that has an impact on your relationship with employers, and how are you planning to handle it if it does come up in an interview or audition process? Thanks for your question, Strawberry. Always a pleasure to see you at events. In answer to your question, I don't know. I never imagined I would be in these situations, but all I can do is trust God and trust the overwhelming majority of people know better, like you. Celebrities have dealt with this for many, many years. Just look at Johnny Depp for that. But now the climate has become so toxic that someone can make up anything and you're supposed to accept it as truth. That's bad for everyone. And I believe this is the last screenshot. Yeah. Okay, I just want to say thank you for being a great person, and I apologize for the long question. I've been a long-time fan since at least 2010. I'm filled with mixed feelings about the situation. I have never met you, however. However, I've seen many videos you have posted of people meeting you. It's hard to fake such a big heart so much. Such a kind heart so much. Which is the exact same, because here's the thing. They're claiming that he's a predator, and that he's a assaulter, and that he's a monster. And in every single video I've seen of him at cons, it's been the complete opposite. He's been full of kindness. He's been full of warmth. He's been, you know, he's just been a really kind human being. So it's like, maybe if they actually had a shred of evidence, or maybe if they could point us out to a YouTube video where assault's actually happening, then there would be credence to some of these claims. But because they haven't, and because this has gone on for so long, and because they've been shooting themselves in the foot, you know, it's weird. It's just weird. But anyway. Feeling about the situation. I've never met you. Posting a meeting you. It is hard to fake such a kind heart so much. However, it is possible. Not to say you are lying, but it's such a tough subject. With no proof, you cannot believe right off the bat. However, I have been in and know of situations that have happened where there is and never will be proof. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. You have been my role model since I seen a video of you on YouTube. Now my question is, if you found out your role model was being accused of something you went through, how would you think you would react? And how do you think you could reassure those fans who want to believe in you but are not sure how to feel? I've spent so much time in my life thinking about meeting you, and have looked up to you, and of course no one is perfect, but are not sure how to feel. I've spent so much time meeting you, and no one is perfect, but I chose you as a role model because of the kind heart I've seen in you. Well, thank you for that, and let me say, I am so far from perfect. I've made many mistakes and will make many more. And I'm sure you all would agree that you do too. But all I can ask is that you decide for yourself by coming and meeting me in person, and form your own opinion on facts, not rumors. For many people, I guess that's the username. For many people can have many reasons to make up garbage and slandering others. That's true. I mean, because literally, here's the thing. I can wake up tomorrow morning and say that, oh, I'm gonna slander Hirohei, or something like that. For, no real reason. For no real reason other than I just wanted to. I could do that. Practically anybody could. So it's like, it's weird. It's like these people just rolled out of bed one day and just decided, hey, let's slander this guy just for the heck of it. Okay, so this was before the this was made before the lawsuit went through. So so yeah, this goes up. This just keeps going down. So anyway. So they're basically calling Vic's apology BS, when it was really sincere. It was really sincere from the heart. It sounded. next page. Let's see. Let's start. A bastardization of the Me Too, of the hashtag Me Too. Yeah, exactly. Because here's the thing. It's not that these things don't actually happen. It's the fact that it's the fact that there's no proof in this case. It's the fact that there's no proof in this case. It's not that, well, because I'm not saying that, this stuff doesn't happen. I'm not saying it never happens. But all I'm saying is, here's the thing. Usually when this stuff happens, there's actual evidence to go along with it. There's actual physical evidence, maybe a photo, a video, something like that, to go along with it and prove that it actually happened. But for this case, it's been dragging on for like 5 months now, almost. And there has not been a single shred of irrefutable evidence aside from their testimonies, which again can just be made up. And I guess we'll find out for sure if they are once it gets to trial. I'm really hoping that someone records that trial, or at least, puts... Well, because even if they don't record the trial, we'll have access to the transcript. So, I'm gonna be reading that as well. Again, if it does get that far. If it does get that far, I'll be reading that on my channel as well. For you guys. Maybe possibly in another live stream. It just depends on, what's going on once we get to that point. But... now again, this is where Mars Girl basically says she's done with this. Alright, so this is likely to be my final thread on the subject, unless some other earth-shattering information comes up. Or unless you just feel like posting something about it. and screwing the guy over even more. Okay, so... Oh wow, so it looks like this just... Oh, here's Mars Girl. Here's Mars Girl. So anyway... While you're here, I have 3 questions. What are your personal thoughts on the matter? Have you ever met Vic in person? Are you planning on making a Google Doc on the stories being shared around about Vic? When they're talking about the Google Doc, what they mean is that, okay, so for those of you who somehow don't know, Mars Girl is a former Channel Awesome person, and back in, I want to say 2016, 2017, something like that, her and some other Channel Awesome contributors, were pissed off, and they basically made a not-so-awesome document that really went nowhere. And, but it was just documents, well, not really documents, it was like page after page of people telling their stories and stuff like that. And, and so, you can order transcripts. Pretty much! I mean, you can do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's perfectly fine after the trial process. I mean, that's perfectly fine if you do that. But anyway. So, but yeah, so they created the Google Doc. From my understanding, it really went nowhere. And I mean, well, I was wondering if I should cover it, but I'm like, well, I was never really too into Channel Awesome anyway. I mean, I still watch the Nostalgia Critic and stuff like that, just because his content is freaking hilarious. It's freaking hilarious. But, even though there is a lot of profanity involved, it's still really funny. It's still really funny, to me anyway. I also still watch the top 5 stuff, the top 5 list that, Walter Benesiak puts out, and stuff, but yeah, like, in terms of being, like, I was never really a hardcore Channel Awesome guy, so. But either way, to my understanding, that doc went nowhere. But let's get into this proper. Number 1. I've personally been 2 feet away from a drunk Vic who came up into our elevator from the hotel bar with his arm over a girl's shoulder, all big grins, and drinking in his celebrity and drinking in his celebrity, shoving his lips into the girl's ear and neck, with the girl having the most uncomfortable face I've ever seen, only to watch them exit the elevator and go off alone to a hotel room. You'd better believe I 100% believe the majority of stories that have come up about him because I caught a glimpse of the behavior with my own two eyes. And every one of my fringe industry friends has for years had their own Vic stories. That was the running joke for years. Everyone has a Vic story. It's time to stop making that a joke and treat it seriously. Here's the thing, the entire KickVic hashtag and the entire movement is a freaking joke. That's what it is. So yes, I've met him 3 times, and admittedly, 2 of those times he was very charming. That's the thing. He gets away with stuff through the power of charisma. He works that charisma to keep the Risen Bowl Rangers as enamored with him as possible. Still going, so. Okay, there we go. my bad. But anyway, Operation Hearsay. Operation Hearsay, pretty much. But anyway, so someone basically put Mars Girl, someone asked Mars Girl, okay, here's the thing. Did you have any encounters with this guy? Yes. Did you have... Yes. At any of those 3 times, were they, you know... Oh shoot, did the stream restart? Did the stream restart for any of you guys? Cause on my end, it looks kind of weird. Also, can't be offended by things that happen to others. Pretty much. But, oh, crud. So, oh, crud. Anyway. That's probably just a glitch, just a YouTube glitch. I don't really know why that happened. But anyway, someone basically took Mars Girl and they put her in a chat, and there was a screenshot that was taken of it. Basically, what happened was, someone asked Mars Girl, okay, did you ever encounter this guy? Yes 3 times. And in any of those instances, was he, you know, did you have like an uncomfortable experience? And I want to say she said no or something like that, but it was weird. It was weird because, and well, she said, oh wait, actually no. What she said in the screenshot was that yes, she had an uncomfortable experience, and then someone also asked her something on Twitter, and she basically said that Vic never did anything to her, essentially confirming that all of this was made up on the spot. Dang it, Nappa! Why'd you eat my peanut butter? But, hey, Jameson, did the stream restart for you at all? Like, what's going on your end? Is it still going, or? Because, again, on my end, it looks really weird. I have no clue why this happened, but my best guess is that it was a I am offended that my friend saw CM and said it was bad. Nice. But, so, anyway. But yeah, so Mars Girl essentially confirmed. It froze before. Oh, crud. So, guys, I don't really know what I can do about that, to be honest. That might just be the, actually, here, let me try restarting the stream here. Let me see. Okay. So okay, well, I mean, let's just keep going on, I guess. But I'll figure out this glitching stuff later, or at least I'll try to. But most of it, when it comes to a live stream, most of it is just down to the internet. And unfortunately, the area that I live in doesn't really have a good connection. But hey, that's just my luck, I guess. But anyway, So he always makes sure to dedicate a huge chunk of time in his panels to just how persecuted he is online to continue to drum up an army of pity. Here's the thing: the only time he did that was at the first time that this was ever brought up was in that panel that he did for in Bakersfield, as far as I know. As far to do that with this situation. And on top of that, you need actual evidence. You need actual evidence to back up what you're saying. But anyway, I will say there are at least 2 people at Anime's News Network, because we all know Anime News Network is the most trustworthy anime news source, right? I mean, they're about as trustworthy as CNN, pretty much. They're the CNN of anime. They're the CNN of anime. Or as Dr. Evil puts it, you're the Diet Coke of evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. But anyway. Attacked a fan and Funimation is covering it up. I think there's a hashtag KickVic hashtag on Twitter. Yeah, created by the sleazy Mars girl herself. But and he wonders why people call he wonders why people call him a P to the E to the D to the O. Here's the thing though, when he said that wasn't a joking tone. That wasn't a joking tone. People were going along with it. So why the heck people are tearing him apart for a joke? I don't really know. Send a Matlock after them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There you go, David. There you go. But well, technically they already have Matlock. Well, not really. Tybeard, they've got Tybeard anyway. Alright, let's just go ahead and go through this. First, I would like to say that I have not personally met you through senior interactions at conventions, role model but spiritual, and I know many others see you as one as well, and I want to say thank you. For the love you give us, your actions towards us. P to the E to the D to the O is now P Bear. Also, Matlock would be like, what? Yeah, pretty much he would. Pretty much he would. Anyway. Let's just keep going through this. For the love you give us, your actions towards us because of what makes us love you, because you are you. You took the time one day and answered one of my emails that helped me so much, and I thank you again for that. My question is kind of same. With Nightmare along with praying and supporting you, is there anything to help you? Let these conventions and others you know around the internet know that these claims are without any proof and baseless, and that the overwhelming majority of fans out there know that I don't do stuff like that. That I don't do stuff like what's been spinning around. Twister video? No, actually, I didn't. I didn't even know there was one, to be honest. I mean, I've been busy the majority of this week with stuff. So so I haven't really had time to just idly watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. Can you maybe send the title? Like maybe just maybe send the title of the video, because I know for the chat you won't be able to post the link or anything like that. At least I don't think. But anyway. Okay, so just send the title and I'll see if I can look it up and we can watch it during the stream during the stream here. But anyway, let's just keep going on for right now while he's doing that. Please pray yes, and let all the others you know who I've encouraged, written back, and shown kindness to, etc., to stand up and be vocal about their support, even though it's not popular. You are innocent until proven guilty. In this current climate, sadly, anyone can make up anything they want and not have to defend it. Which is pretty much exactly that's true. That's exactly what he's saying. What new popular thing that just premiered? Anyone? The Broly movie! Exactly. Again, I'm gonna keep reiterating this. The Broly film was amazing. Dragon Ball Super Broly was friggin' amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved it. The moment it started getting publicity, these people are back out trying to get some of it for themselves. It breaks my heart seeing this, Vic, but I'm glad to know you're combating it. Kakarot! Sorry. Since you said that you'll have to revise the way you interact with fans at conventions from now on, does that mean you'll be changing anything you do during your Gospel of John panel as well? At the few conventions I've been to with you there, that's the only thing that's been different with every voice actor I've met and every convention I've attended. I really don't want to lose experiencing something like that. Also, I'd greatly appreciate a hug the next time I'm able to see you. You're the biggest inspiration in the industry to me, from your faith to how you treat others. I don't want to see that ruined. Thanks, Reeve. I will not be changing that at all. What I will be changing is the assumption that everyone knows that my hugging is completely innocent. I've always been an affectionate kind of person. I hug everyone, but I'm sorry to say that these people have made it clear that I need to adjust that. Well, because here's the thing. The thing that I find so stupid about this, I mean, not what Vic said, but the thing that I find so stupid about this is that they claim that him hugging fans was going too far and giving them pecks on the cheek, and yet there are literal screenshots of Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi, as well as Chris Sabat doing pretty much the exact same thing. And I'm like, where are the people piling on them? It's a double standard. And that sucks. It sucks. But anyway, I'm sure I can speak for the rest of us, Vic, but the title is called Ranger Twister Part 3. Okay, let me get finished reading this though. Reading these screenshots, and then we'll look the video up. I'm sure I can speak for the rest of us, Vic, that we appreciate you coming here to discuss this matter with us, and are being open and honest with all of us. But what can all of us do to combat this? I know it's nearly impossible to get rid of everything that's been said, and people will keep bringing it up. Hi, Nightmare! For years, Vic is being called gay, but now he is going after young women. Young women? Come on, pick a lie and stick with it. Exactly! Exactly! I'm like, if you're calling someone homosexual and gay, why then are you screaming that he's going after all of these women? Pick a story and stick with it, you jackals! This is ridiculous. But anyway, I'm gonna reiterate this also. If I can give these people credit for anything, it's the amount of laughter that's come from me as a result of their idiocy. Because it is so entertaining. It is so entertaining to watch them just implode on each other and stuff like that. But anyway, thanks for asking, Nightmare. Please do whatever you can to counter all these lies and negativity. Remember the old saying, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. Pretty much. I would like to meet you and find out for myself. Oh, and also notice how the anonymity stops. The anonymity completely stops. First of all, thanks for all your great performances, Vic. I've recently finished my latest rewatch of Full Metal Brotherhood, and your performance as Ed is just as memorable as ever. This has been brewing on my mind for a while. Do you believe timing is a factor for this stuff coming up at any point? Something big like, for example, what you stated earlier, the Broly movie, or something like Ruby for these rumors getting into public attention. Have you heard that I'm homophobic? That's one of the recurring big lies. The people who started that lie did so because I preferred not to sign yaoi, which essentially is gay fan art. It's essentially gay fan art. See what I mean? You tick someone off and they go all out to hurt you. In answer to your question, yes, I absolutely believe that timing is a big factor. This kind of stuff surfaces whenever there is something new or big announced. Which is exactly what happened, because here's the thing. These people waited until the release of Broly. They waited until the release of Dragon Super Broly, and ridiculous, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway. Scroll up just to be sure that your question's not already been asked. If it has, be polite and let us know it's been answered, so we can get as many people as possible. This is Ryo. We met at Sakura Con's 20th anniversary. I presented to you a fan art and comic book courtesy of the loving fans and advisors all around the world from the Deviant Art Risen Bull Rangers. Hey Vic, first I would like to say, but I have not got to meet you personally through senior interactions in the chat and watching your videos at conventions. Definitely want to say you have become a role model to me, just as an actor, not just as an actor, but spiritual. And I know that. Okay, so this is basically what we've already done. Already done that. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that was pretty much the end of it. There. Oh, crud! The stream froze again. At least it looks like it did on my end. Sorry, guys. Okay, well... Looks like we're still going, though. An error occurred, please try again later? Wow, okay. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here, let me just type something to the chat. Okay, so stream's back up, that's good. But anyway. Basically telling his fans to go after those who are making accusations. No, actually. Literally, all that he said was tell conventions about it, and that they're baseless lies. He did not encourage harassment whatsoever. But, anyway. Ah, jeez. This is just making me more and more... This is just becoming more and more obnoxious as we go through this. But... Here, let's just skip forward to May. Or at least after the, Or at least after the... Yeah, yeah, the stream's back. Fortunately. Oh my gosh, I really don't know what's causing this, guys. I mean, because like I said, the whole thing with the previous stream freezing. Although if this is a continuation of that stream, you won't really know what I'm talking about. But I started this about an hour ago now. Just doing the stream on this. And about an hour through, it froze and it just reset. So I don't really know what that means for this video. If this is a continuation, or like if it kept running all the way through, just throw those comments aside. But if this is a continuation, if this is a separate video, I'm really sorry about that. I don't really know what to do about that. Unfortunately, it's a glitch with YouTube. There's not really anything I can do about it, so. But anyway. Found this change.org petition being passed around on Twitter, and the comments boiled down to, there's no proof or evidence, and I wonder what kind of proof these people are looking for. It's not like CCTV footage is stored, or it even be released without a police investigation. Here's the thing, though. These guys literally didn't even go to the police in the first place. They went to Twitter. So I'm like, that's the first major flaw here, is that these guys didn't even go to the police. The police should be your first prerogative when you're dealing with something like this. The authorities should be your first course of action when you're dealing with something like this. If it actually happened. Ah, jeez. People who question why charges were never pressed clearly don't understand the power dynamic there is between a celebrity and their fans that would keep someone from going to the authorities when it happened. Here's the thing, though. Literally, his co-workers accused him of this. They could have gone. But did they? No. Instead, they brought it to Twitter, and now we have what we have. So, by thinking so, I have a feeling that Monica, Soye, and the others simply thought that they were going to win this by a landslide, and that no one would rise up and defend Vic Mignogna. Well, if you're watching this, Monica, I got news for you. We did. Now a lawsuit's been filed, and you're gonna have to testify under oath. You should be proud of yourself, you moron. Thank you for your efforts. And allowing the true Shield hero to come through. I've never actually seen Shield Hero, but I just wanted to make that reference. Does that make me sleazy? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Even though this doesn't have any alcohol in it, because I mean it's grape juice. Even though this doesn't have any alcohol in it, I guess that's just my personality. I don't really know, but anyway. At this point, there were hundreds of accusations against him, none of which have evidence, including some VAs of both his inappropriate and rude behavior. That's enough proof that there's at least something going on. Well, here's the thing. Again, there's no irrefutable facts or evidence. There's no actual evidence here. That's all the court is going to care about. If you go, well, I've never been in a courtroom. I've seen them, but I've never been present in an actual courtroom. But I do know for a fact that, again, if you're put under oath on a witness stand, literally, okay, if testimony was all the court cared about, they wouldn't have any exhibits. They wouldn't bring in any evidence. They wouldn't bring in any evidence to back up those claims, or to counter them. The court has, at this point, Ty and the rest of us have all the evidence we need, so that when Kick Vic goes up on the witness stand, most likely Ron Soye is going to be the first one to be called up. I can almost guarantee you, the moment Soye is asked about one of those 400 defamatory tweets, I can almost guarantee that he's gonna crack. Because what are people if not, you know, just constructs where we don't do well under pressure. We don't do well under pressure at all, especially when we know we're in the wrong. And I can almost guarantee you that he's gonna crack on the witness stand, if not Monica or Jamie even. Jamie would actually be more comedic to see. It would actually be a lot more comedic to see her crack on the witness stand. But sure thing, Jameson. What is it? What's the correction, man? 100 jelly beans were witnesses, and I have been. Yeah, we've been witnesses to this abomination of a company, to this utter abomination of a company. But anyway, so oh my gosh, there is photographic evidence of Vic kissing underage girls all over the place, Because, oh, the girls wanted to be hugged and kissed like that. Here's the thing. What was it? There was this one girl that he did that to. Well, he didn't kiss her, but because it come to find out that had actually been photoshopped. But what happened? Off the top of my head. And, you know, they were like, hey, what are you guys doing? This is ridiculous. Why are you doing this? Stuff like that. And, you know, I mean, so this kind of blows this whole thing out of the water. The fact that all of this evidence is all over the place, and yet people have come forward and said, hey, you're not allowed to use that. You can't use that to slander him. You don't have my permission, or you can't, you know, I don't approve of this. You know, you need to get the other party's approval before you actually do something like this. With harmful intentions. Can I make a correction? Okay, that must be the correction right there. Just because a person says something does not make it evidence. Exactly! Exactly. But anyway. Even if they wanted to, they're minors, so they still can't consent. I feel like Vic's fans are all incels that believe that if a minor wants it, then it's fine even though the law says otherwise. Turns out your mommy can't fix you being a complete something and harasser. Wow, that's really harsh. Yeah, it is a false statement, to be honest. Also, anybody ever notice when Vic first meets someone, they never seem to get along? Well, here's the thing, guys. If any of these idiotic people would look at Emish's Live's Twitter or Unreal Anti-Gaming's Twitter, they will see for a fact that, I mean, when they met Vic at KamehamehaCon, they literally had dinner with the guy. After the fact. I've seen Unreal's vlog of it, as well as photos. So the fact that why are you saying they never seem to get along if they're doing? So you're saying that they don't get along, and yet you're saying that they don't get along, and yet they're having dinner with the guy after meeting him. This doesn't add up. This doesn't add up whatsoever. Consent to touching is different from consent to sex. Exactly! I'm pretty sure they have different legal definitions too. But thanks, David. Thanks a lot. Yeah, my allergies are kind of getting out of control because I mean spring's approaching, and so what am I talking about? This is spring. But this is when, you know, allergies are pretty much in their, are pretty much, summer, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. And, actually, let's, let me look that up, actually. Consent for touching versus consent for sex, legal definition. Yep. Channel Awesome uploaded a Toonami video. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, and I watched it, and I was laughing like crazy, because, I mean, all the jokes that were put in it and everything, but, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Doug actually covered that. I'm surprised Doug actually covered a Channel Awesome, considering the fact that Channel Awesome, that Doug actually covered Toonami, considering the fact that he wasn't really. Well, I mean, he was around, but okay. The legal definition of consent. Of consent to sex. Okay, so this is a sexual activity. Defines consent as the voluntary agreement of the complainant to engage in the sexual activity in question. Conduct short of a voluntary agreement to engage in sexual activity does not constitute consent as a matter of law. Dead in the water. Dead in the water. I mean, for crying out loud, all you have to do to tear this person's argument apart, again, is just do a quick Google search on it. Just do a Google search on it. Or better yet, ask Nick or Ty. They probably know. Ty definitely does. Ty definitely does, and so does Nick. But, oh man, I mean, seriously, this is easily verifiable information that these people are manipulating and twisting to fit their own agenda. This is pretty sleazy. This is pretty sleazy stuff. But I'm sensitive to the fact that Vic is probably going through some tough stuff right now. But I'm also sensitive to the fact that I do a great Edward Elric. Hey, call me. We should type hashtag I stand with Vic in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, well, because here's the thing. Let me take you guys to Funimation's YouTube page for a second. Okay. Let's see. They made a post on it. So literally when they announced the collector's set, they announced the collector's edition of Dragon Ball. Here we go. But they're trying to broaden the definition of sexual assault without going through the legislative process. Exactly. Okay, so this is basically the comment section for this. So about 2 months ago, when Funimation first announced the 30th anniversary collection set, they put a post about it on their channel here. Let's just go through this comment section and just see how many people actually want this now. Oldest first. Dragon Ball Soup. Oh. I don't get the third Dragon Ball. That's cool and all, but why you do my boy Vic Mignogna like that, though? Bring Vic back, and then I'll care. Hashtag I stand with Vic. Stand with Vic. Fire Monica and Jamie. My hype is gone. Bring back Vic, you morons. Without Vic? Nah, fam, do him right. Hashtag I stand with Vic. This is funny. Subbed or dubbed. More details will be announced soon. Stay tuned. Well, here's the thing. People have already done a footage comparison, and it looks even worse than the other Blu-ray releases do. Of the series. So. But as time goes on, the price begins to decrease. Now it's all about 4K and even 8K. I've heard that Sony is really pushing that their 8K thing. So, which is apparently the next step up from 4. Which, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you know, 4K multiplied by 2, that's 8K right there. But anyway, so what literally is the next step up, at least mathematically. So, great, but why you gotta do Vic dirty like that? Can you rehire Vic, please, so people can stop hating on the dub? When typing this comment, there have been 3,185 donations to the Vic Kicks Back GoFundMe. That's a lot of people that support Vic, and that's not including people that don't have money to donate. Well, yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, people have, even people that haven't been able to donate, like, I mean, I'm interested in donating. The problem is, I haven't had the funds to, and so what I've been doing is I've basically just been sharing the GoFundMe all over the place. You know, like on Twitter, on Facebook, stuff like that. And, you know, and so, you know, people are doing what they can to, you know, get this out there, get this information out there. Hashtag #stand with Vic. You guys heart every comment that isn't talking about supporting Vic. Very interesting. After what you guys did to Vic? Something legendary? Is it you guys apologizing to Vic? Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh. That sounded like an own right there. That sounded like an own right there. You earned a like from me, sir. You earned a like on your comment from me. Can I suggest a video topic? Sure. I'm open to that. What's up? What's the topic you got? Funimation, it won't hurt your image to keep Vic on board. I know he asked us not to witch hunt his accusers, but Monica Rial is a witch. I wouldn't be surprised if she voiced any in anime. Jeez, that's kind of harsh. Yeah. I can't believe Monica Rial had to go and blame poor Vic for sexual assault like that. It's just not right. You better apologize for what you did to Vic, cause that was sick, you bunch of pricks. Okay, a few more and then we'll get back to this. Compare Vic case and what is going on with Sugri? What's that? I mean, here, let me. Well, I guess this is a good point to end it here, so. Sugri case. Aristocracy in the country of Champagne. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll wait for K-pop idol that has sexual assault stuff. Oh, okay. So K-pop. Oh, whoops, my bad. Here we go. K-pop sexual assault. Oh, here we go. Is this the one you're talking about? This one here? South Korea. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. So, once I read up on it. Rolling my eyes at the Vic fans who think they know Vic better than Chris does. Ian Sinclair replaced him. Okay, now let's do. Only have a little bit of time left here, so let's see if I can't get to May or when the lawsuit was filed. I admit some things. I admit something. I admit sometimes I'm not sure that I'm really helping. But if victims are finally telling their stories and people are finally going to the police, then I'm glad that is happening. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get to, when the lawsuit was filed. Let's try 205. Okay, there's April. Okay. That's what is so confusing about Vic stands. They ignore this while crying for evidence. While crying for evidence. Love to be in the courtroom when all the allegations against Vic are presented to a judge. Hopefully then his victims will receive some sort of justice. Yeah, the victims are gonna receive justice, alright. They're gonna receive a slap in the face and they're gonna be laughed out of court, probably. They're gonna be laughed out of court, probably. Right, so the lawsuit was. Oh yeah, this was for when Monica did that ploy to basically lure people to her alternate signing event, which went so well for Monica given the pictures. Given the pictures of it. 4th of April. The victims have been eaten. Rest in peace, jelly beans. Pretty much. I'm trying to figure out what is on those pants, and also why is he wearing / what with that glove. Here's the thing, there are tons of people, well, not really in this picture, but this happened at a friggin' con, so you can imagine that there are gonna be people that are dressed ridiculously, I mean, it's normal for con standards, because, I mean, people cosplay like crazy and stuff like that. They dress really funny and stuff like that, so I don't get why this guy is so pissed off about his appearance. He can dress however he wants. He's a grown man, but the thing is, he dresses like... But the way he dresses, he's like an emo boy from 2007/2008. Channeling Michael Jackson in more ways than one. Jelly beans lives matter. # Jelly beans lives matter. Yeah, pretty much. I'm convinced Vic believes he is Tamaki in real life, despite being in his 40s and 50s at the height of his fame. If you've seen Orin Host Club, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No, I don't. I can actually say the same thing about when Kick Vic says something now, but anyway. Let's see. Okay. I'm just trying to get to, like, you know, when the lawsuit was officially filed. Because... Okay, here we go. Kiwi Farms. So, Kiwi Farms is actually where the, document was first posted. So... Let me see. Emo Sasuke does not understand. Nice. Well, what do you expect? I mean, that's why he got pinned against the wall so much, right? Let me see. Boy Sensei. Nice. Bowie Sensei. Let's just check this out for the heck of it. Okay, let's just scroll through this just to see if there's any addresses whatsoever. I highly doubt there is. But let's see. No. Nope. So basically, this entire link is bogus. A notable pro-Vic site has now fully doxed mini-Kick Vic people with addresses, jobs, and photos. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. We just saw it for ourselves. Literally, the only photos on there are from Twitter. The only photos from there are from Twitter. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find. The reason why I'm scrolling here is I'm just trying to find their I'm trying to find their initial response to when the lawsuit was first filed. Because I know it was in April, but I'm trying to find the exact date. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So sworn victim statements can't be used, but memes and tweets can be. Oh lord, we are dealing with morons. No. Here's how it works. See, the defendants go up to the witness stand. The defendants give their testimonies. Ty and his firm come up with the tweets and use that as evidence to counteract those statements. The information age, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this case will fail. This case will fail. I might actually do more live streams around this specifically, because it's more videos about this specifically, because it's actually really interesting to read. To read these guys' responses and everything. And if anyone from that side is watching this, or heck, even Mars Girl if she's watching this, and states that I have no right to use what she said, here's the thing: this is a public site. Anything's fair game. Anything is fair game on a public site. But anyway, you idiot. Anyway. Do we have any idea on the full list of defendants? Soye and Rial are given, but who would the other two be? I could see Marky being one. Probably any of the Funimation ones, which can be defended by the HR investigation that Funny did, which came out inconclusive. You're conveniently forgetting that. There may also be evidence not shown on Twitter, such as messages that will be brought out on. They claimed to be friends at some point, so there might be something like that out there. In any case, it is Vic that has to prove the statements are false, and we're done to make him lose his job and a financial loss. Given Ron and Monica, the other two could be either Mars Girl and Jamie or Mars Girl and Chris. Unfortunately, Sabin and Mars Girl were not listed. But Jamie and Funimation itself was. So I'm wondering I'm just wondering who's gonna be the defending Funimation, cause are they still even pursuing a defamation lawsuit? I mean, I've heard Ty get tossed around a lot. I've heard that tortious interference get tossed around a lot, and supposedly this is only the first in a string of lawsuits. We know that Ron had been contacted in the past with things like being told not to take down his own tweets. I'm guessing those being sued had prior contact. For legal reasons, Mars Girl might have been advised not to talk about it, but if she hasn't heard anything, I would guess she's safe. Focusing on the VAs would be cool to get the way to get a better statement. However, so I think Mars and cosplayers like Dominic Sky are not a high enough priority as what financial gain could Vic get from the non-famous actor citizens. Pretty much, yeah. Sony isn't going to send their lawyers in. If that's Funimation's endgame, if they think that Sony is going to send their legal department in, they've got another thing coming, especially after what Sony's seen them do. Because they have to be watching this as well. They gotta be watching this as well, not just Toei, but Sony as well. It's amazing he got through law school being so utterly blind like that, says someone who's probably never even read a law textbook. Okay, so they're basically this person's basically asking Nick Rekieta, who's been doxxed. Nick responds, "No one has been doxxed. Sorry, I forgot you were a lawyer for a second. Whose address was posted and by whom? And by whom? You know, everyone's by their county Genuinely, I'm not really sure what that's responding to. It's probably responding to something earlier on in the thread. But but I mean, literally, after he said no one has been doxxed, they still pressed him about it. So again, because we can't really see his response, you know, kind of up in the air. I did end up deciding to screenshot less, but apparently that offhanded comment about Vic looking like the live-action Grinch triggered them way more than anyone else than anything else I've ever said. Despite the fact that 90% of their timelines are them insulting Ren and Monika's appearances. I've been so much more blunt than that in the past, so I guess this one must have hit home. Here's a sample. Oh, I'm on Pretty Ugly Little Liars. Cool. Amish. Toriyama. But anyway. That's another thing too, is that Toei cannot be happy about this whatsoever. I mean, let's be honest. Right, so now this is just basically getting up to modern day. So the 3rd of May. This was from April 15th. So give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I just looked on the YouTube app, and this video is going to be a continuation. It is going to be a continuation of it. I guess I'll just name this something different. Like maybe part 2 or something like that. So. Okay, so this is only going to be going on for a few more minutes anyway. So at least until 10 o'clock. But anyway. Flabbergasted that he's out. Okay, David. Hope you have a good. All right, David. Hope you have a good interview. I'll be praying for you, definitely. But anyway. Is it possible to blur out the random fan's face? Try that, thanks for the suggestion. Tai is a blowhard who has his head shoved so far up his own thing. Also, he was breathing really heavily into the mic at first, and it's a nitpick, but it just skeeved me out. Any particularly notable moments from Tai Fear the Beard? Yeah, no problem, David. Like I said, this is only going to be on for a few more minutes anyway, so. They talked a bit about why the suit wasn't filed today. Apparently, they've discovered the super special proof Vic's innocence evidence. Lol, of course Tai did cover his bleep by saying that's the way it's been presented to me, and if we can authenticate it. He also pulled the whole I'm making these statements as a private citizen card. Tai thanked some fans who had given him presents. Then he started talking these statements as a private citizen card. Tai thanked some fans who had given him presents. Then he started talking about some author he reads, some sort of war novel / nonfiction. There was some quite on it with Oh, come on, not again. Start it over again? Come on. Alright guys, so I appreciate, what I'll do is, I'll take all 3 of these stream videos down, edit them together, and then I'll re-upload. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stuff like that. If you manage to stick through with this to the end, or